Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? Hi. Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me? I know it works now. It might not look pretty on your end, but I will fix it in a second. So I didn't have and then I'm going to use, yeah. Alright. That's about as good as I'm gonna get it. So I'm pretty happy, okay? About as happy as I'm gonna get with that. It's good enough. It's good enough. Okay. Yeah, it looks not too bad. I'm just gonna turn down the volume so it doesn't echo. Looking for the delayed response. Is there the delayed response? Okay, good. You work. I'm happy. That's all I wanted to know and see. Okay. We're going to paint like it's 2015 because in 2014, I had a big like creative spurt and we're kind of hitting it. We hit it hard. See, I like to channel my energy into like positive things. Like if something makes me mad, I just like rechannel my energy. And I have this thing called palette paper, which I really like because I used to like subside on just like paper plates. I think paper plates work. Honestly, I'm not going to want to clean a palette all the time, okay? I know some people, like artists that paint professionally, they have like a professional cleaning palette. And maybe if I start painting in the near future more often, I will buy a palette. But I kind of just like this palette paper. I picked it up at Michael's. It's like a big thing of it. It's like 40 sheets, and it's so good because like all that paint I poured on it yesterday, it didn't soak through or anything. So today, instead of painting, okay, I remembered I had actually, I mean, I don't do a lot of acrylic paintings, but I had remembered I had in the past cured paintings with something called Mod Podge. However, I had another kind of Mod Podge. I want to show you the kind that you do have because this is actually, this is a sealant because I was thinking like everybody says about the spray sealant, but I had to remember like when I did these little guys, I decided not to put them on a cell phone and turn them into a wall hanging. So I used like this Super-Gloss. Now it's gonna be different than that spray fixative, but I remembered I had it, and I'm like, you know what? I actually like it better because I love Mod Podge because it gives it like a luster and a shine. Like, okay, I put Mod Podge on this many years ago, and it makes it shiny. And I think recently I did treat it again. I remember, I think it was cracking, and I think I put some of this on it just to make it more permanent because Mod Podge is really great. It does give it luster and shine. I'll show you. I have the Mod Podge, but you need to seal the Mod Podge. If you do Mod Podge on top of something, you have to seal that. Okay, so I have two different kinds of Mod Podge. I actually bought, I think my mom bought this one at the Oak Trunk. I bought this one at Walmart. It was cheaper at Walmart than it was at the Oak Trunk. The Oak Trunk was just like this fun craft and hobby type general store in Crest Lane, but it closed a few years back. So on Mod Podge it says used to create a sparkling effect, gently stir at room temperature. You need to seal it. To eliminate tackiness, use a clear acrylic sealer over cured Mod Podge. Well, this is one. This is actually more of a sealer than this one. So I decided over time, I migrated over to Mod Podge Super-Gloss Brilliant. And I've actually used a lot of it because when I do start painting, I use a lot of products. So we're just going to pour some on our little canvas, okay? I don't know exactly how much I want, but I don't want it to remain messy. So I'm going to get a paper towelly because we're not going to use washcloth. I use washcloths for cleaning the house, but yeah, glue doesn't. I mean, it could wash out, but just use a paper towel and throw it away in the trash can over here. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to paint our canvas, Shamrock. Anyhow, I need to figure out which brush I want to use. Guys, whichever one's the most bendy is the best surface. I'm just kind of looking at them to see which brush would have a good surface. This one might be pretty good. Oh. So we just start painting it on. And I'm going to paint on like a thick layer of it. I'm not going to be like too... I mean, I don't know if I really needed to like seal this kind of painting. Maybe this one would have been okay without sealing, but I decided I wanted to anyway because I don't want it to crack again. And if it does crack, this will just kind of treat it. And then I did realize some weird things I was doing when I paint. Because, okay, I know people are like, you can't mix mediums. But sometimes I do, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not like, I just do painting for fun. Like, I don't have a degree in art. I thought about it in college, but I decided to major in history because the art classes just sucked royal lemons because, like, everybody's so quick and they paint things so quickly, and good for them, but it would just stress me out and I wasn't having fun with it. And then, I don't know, art classes just, the kind of stuff that they want you to paint is considered like highbrow art. That's just not really always me. Like, I don't know, I want to paint things that I think are more charming and fun, and you know, I actually really like my high school art teacher better because guess what? She was really talented and she had a master's degree in art and she'd been in art shows and she did more with art than a lot of the professors who taught these introductory art classes that didn't make you like think, oh wow, I really want to like do what they do. No, I didn't feel that way after. Even if this runs a little bit, that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Just to kind of give everything a nice coat. I feel like part of it I did not get coated up here. So I'm not gonna like, I think you have to be too precious about it. It's just fun. No, I don't want it to have a line, so I'm gonna kind of pull that out. But yeah, this paint, I think, oh, it smells bad. Actually, open the window. Ow. I don't wear the cloth mask to work, but maybe without having to go over there and open the window, I can just. No, this makes it worse. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I tried for 5 seconds. Maybe not. I don't even know. Will I wear this mask again, like in public? Maybe, but I cannot wear a mask outside of having to wear them. I'm just like, I start getting an anxiety attack when I put that thing on my face. And people are like, that's not real. It's so simple pie. Nobody ever feels anxious wearing a mask. Well, I'll tell you something. I used to hate to have to go to the dentist to keep my mouth open, like the few times I had cavities that I needed to get them drilled. And I just hated it so much, and I always felt like I couldn't breathe. And then they would tell me to breathe through your nose. And I'm not asthmatic or anything. And I'm sorry, like sometimes I hate wearing a mask because you feel like you can never cough anymore. Because sometimes like things get stuck in your throat, and it just feels so uncomfortable. But yet everybody else is so comfy. And I realize other people, they're just very comfy in life. Like they don't worry about anything. Like they're just very out there and outgoing and self-assured. And I'm self-assured about some things, but just certain things about society that people are self-assured about, I don't know. I'm never going to bag on people for it, but that doesn't make me feel like, oh, they're such good peoples because they're that self-assured. I don't know. Not really. Okay. What does our glossy gloss say? See how it's making it shiny already? It's kind of cool. It is really cool. Let's see. I mean, I'm just looking to see if there are any comments and whatnot, but I don't see any right now. Okay, moving on. Let's look at recommendations. It says 1 coat gloss finish. Starting to read it in French. Un pincel souple teflon pour it. No, do not listen to my French. It's not very good, buddies. Super thick glass-like finish. Store at room temperature. Apply with brush or sponge. I might just put a tiny bit more on the bottom. There's a little baby bit. Okay, now I need another paper towel. This stuff's fun though. I forgot how much fun Mod Podge is. I love me some Mod Podge. I do. It's kind of fun. But this one especially because it cured really well. And I think, yeah, what happened with this guy? I'm trying to remember. But this guy I may have, I think I might have, yeah, put this. I'm pretty sure that I didn't reapply that thing on him because I think he was starting to crack. This was actually an acrylic painting. I forget, I mean, there were some acrylic things I painted back in the day. I just didn't do a lot of them, and that was like a quick little painting. But I liked it. I don't know. I just liked it. It was a bookmark that I found back in 2008. And I started like just wanting to draw it and paint it. It was just this really cute puppy. It wasn't even like a real bookmark. It was just like a picture out of a magazine somebody had cut out and left in a book. And I found it one day, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of cute. I like it. Oh no, now I feel like it looks like it has a bubble. People really hate the bubbles. They're like, oh no, it's a bubble. And I'm like, I don't really understand like the antipathy people have towards bubbles. It smells kind of bad. It's not smell good, buddies. Okay, but now I'm having so much fun. I kind of want to paint. Like, I don't know if I want to paint anything else with it. Like, I guess I could just show you. It smells icky after a while. Ugh. And we could report back in 4 weeks. I wish I had it cut out or something silly. I don't know. A random thing. Maybe? Okay. I just kind of want to show you its possibilities. What if? I don't know. I just have some left over. I just want to see what happens if you kind of spread it on this object. It's like a handwriting thing I was going to do. I'm probably not going to finish that one. Sometimes I do word art. I just haven't done it for a while. I used to do it a lot. Ugh. Icky bitters. It does not smell good, buddies, okay? Ugh. I have to say. No siree bobbers. So, we're just going to let that dry for a bit too. It's just kind of a fun little crafty craft thing. Okay. But now that I'm done, I'm going to quickly and immediately start rinsing. Rinsing it out. It is water-based, so if you rinse it right away, it will not stick to your brush. And then I always take a little bit of soap. I need to buy more soap tomorrow. And I kind of help it along. If you need some help. These are one of the brushes I bought in a paintbrush set back in 2005, and they're not the most like high-end paintbrushes, but some of these brushes have lasted a long time. Although I don't paint as much as some people do, so maybe if I was painting more often, they would kind of. I have an old Starbucks jar and a mason jar, and by the way, a good use for mason jars, like that my mom with the jelly that she would make for me or jams and stuff, is for paintbrushes. I just store them in there, and then I store these in here. And I used to use a bigger mason jar for the paintbrush bottles, but I just found that this little jar right here is so cute, and it does the job so well for like rinsing and whatnot. So anyway, that was me applying a gloss, like a finish, to the Shamrock. I think one side might have frozen because it's not moving. But anyway, I guess we'll see how this all turns out in the end. And I just want to say, see you in the next live stream video and whatnot. Bye!